Singapore is in the midst of a scamdemic. The city-state of 6 million people saw a 70% rise in the value of money lost to online scams by its citizens, up to 1.1 billion Singapore dollars. Now, Singaporeans have been seen as especially vulnerable to certain types of fraud, things like job fraud or romance scams. A lot of these are being operated out of scam factories across Southeast Asia, many of which are populated by people who themselves are victims of human trafficking. Now, a lot of the people involved in the recovery of assets in Singapore say that Singaporeans are perhaps uniquely vulnerable to these sort of scams because, firstly, they're very digitally savvy. They're online, they're on their phones quite a lot. Also, they're quite rich, certainly for the region, but also they are very compliant when it comes to authority figures, and they're kind of ready to accept what they're being told by politicians and police. And in fact, some of these scams even target that approach when it comes to being compliant with police officers and even people involved in the recovery of assets from scams. The big learning from all of this is when these scams turn into requests for money, that is a big red flag and a big reason to step away at that point.